Well, hello, this is Old Man Tony here again. I hope you're all well, and I hope you're all staying safe, locked inside your houses away from this terrible virus that's going round. Let's all stay safe and see if we can keep it contained. Well, today I'm doing a different kind of video again, not a motorcycling video, but a making video. And I watch quite a lot of makers on YouTube, and one of the makers I watch, his channel's called Hand-i-Craft or Hand-i-Craft, and his name's Leo. Now Leo makes some gorgeous stuff, and I think I can show you a few bits now. See if I can download a few bits from his Instagram or something and show you while I'm talking. But what makes these things even more special is that Leo has a special power. His special power is he makes everything with just one arm, one hand. He unfortunately had an accident and lost the use of one of his arms. It still hangs there down by his side, but he only uses one arm to do all kinds of complicated woodwork, and it's impressive to watch. Even if you didn't watch it for that, you'd watch it for the impressive things he makes. Well, Leo threw out a challenge, and his challenge was, while we're all confined to our houses, perhaps we could try what he does. So he challenged all to make something, but only use one hand. And not only use one hand, but use your non-dominant hand. So here's an attempt at me making something with my left hand. I'm normally right-handed, and not using my right hand at all. So please enjoy. Even doing some of the simplest things is difficult. You just have to keep adapting to find new ways of doing it. There we are, using my foot there. Maybe you would get used to it with time, but it's pretty difficult for the first time. There, that's got that up. Now carrying this out one-handed and trying to get it attached to the stand is not easy. That's it, get it locked in place. Right, now time to get a stop block locked in place in the right place. Just to get the right thickness of slice that I want off this old piece of sleeper that I found in the garage. So try and get the clamp on without knocking it over. Oops. Right, got there eventually. Now try and lock the piece in that I'm going to cut in place. You think you've got it, and then it moves. Right, try and cut it, move the piece again, push it back. Not having that extra hand to hold it in place makes it really difficult. Right, at least we're cutting now. Let's get a different view on the camera and then try and turn this piece over. a good job I've got big hands. Right, I think I'm getting the hang of it now. Alright, now cut through the other half of the piece of wood just to release it. And then all I've got to do is repeat that till I've got 4 pieces. What I really want though are square pieces. So now try and get the measuring tape out using my lips to pull it out. And then measure and make sure and work out how much I need to cut off each side to make them square. I think my brain's working hard on this one. Right, now just set the bandsaw up, the fence on the bandsaw, just so it cuts the right amount of each side of my pieces of wood. Again, I've got all 4 pieces to do, but I'll just show you me cutting one of them. I'm sure you get bored watching numerous cuts of the same size, same type. So there we've got a nice square piece. Unfortunately my cutting wasn't very accurate, so I've got quite a bit of sanding to do. So just sand off the edges, get rid of the saw marks off it. Get all 4 edges done. There's a lot more sanding than this goes on, but you don't want to watch sanding. This is actually, this sander here is something I made myself out of an old wood lathe. So just use the drive head and to attach a disc to. So now I'm trying to get the face clean. You can probably see that it looks quite rough. So this actually took quite a bit of time to do. Wasn't pressed too hard. I don't think the motor's strong enough to take it. So lots of sanding later, late. Now onto the really interesting bit. We've got 4 nicely sanded pieces, and now we can burn. This is what I've been waiting for. Gonna set fire to what I've made so far. Look at this. This is the exciting part of the process. You're wondering what I'm doing now. Well, I've carefully cut everything out and then sanded it nice and smooth, and now I'm setting fire to it. Give it a good charring. Make sure it's well charred until it really won't burn anymore. Again, you don't want to watch me do all 4 pieces. So let's flip on. So now I've got all 4 faces and all the edges done as well of each of them. Just finishing off now. Don't burn yourself. See, just do the last edge now. And now we've charred it all, I'm going to use a abrasive impregnated nylon brush on my drill. And sometimes it's the simplest tasks that are really hard to do one-handed. So here's me trying to put this nylon brush into my drill. Which way do I turn it? Can I do it one-handed? Just takes a bit of doing, but just fiddling about, Right, just move it round there, see if I can get it locked in place. Right, now that's locked in place, I've got to get each of the wood pieces locked in place. So out with the hand clamps again. And now what I'm doing is brushing off the loose carbon. Try and going with the grain. So I've done that face. Let's just do some edges. Again, you can see the dust coming off. And that's the first one done, just the other 4 to do. Right, once you've brushed off all the loose carbon, just get rid of the dust. Just using my shop vac here for this. And there you can see you have almost ready a coaster with a beautiful grain highlighted on it from the wood burning. So I'm going to give them a spray with some clear lacquer. I've just got this clear lacquer. It's automotive, but it'll do. Might soak in a bit, but give it a good few coats of the clear lacquer and see what we get at the end. A lot more spraying to do, quite a few more coats to do. This is just the first coat going on. And there we have the finished product. And what we've made are 4 unique coasters with the grain in the wood really well emphasized. And the wood burning actually preserves the wood as well. So you can see how deep the grain is in that. Just beautiful. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. It was again something different. No motorbikes were involved or even hurt during the making of this video. Well, there's a few coasters for you, made by the ancient art of Japanese wood burning, also known as shou sugi. Now what I really enjoy about that is setting fire to things. And setting fire, if you're setting fire to anything, it's got to be good fun. I'm not a pyromaniac, so you don't have to worry about that. But everybody, or every man I know, enjoys having a fire. And this is doing woodwork and having a fire at the same time. So I hope you enjoyed the process. Why don't you have a go at home? And why don't you also show us what you do when you're confined to your houses and not able to go out on your bikes and do your other things. Perhaps you could make a video, or just tell me in the comments down below. So thank you very much for watching. This has been Old Man Tony. Goodbye.